morning, or shall I say good afternoon, YouTube. Well, guys, we got our fuel pump in. It's out there in my truck, but we got another issue that we need to address before we can install it. We've got a ton and a half of varnish down inside this gas tank. I've already got most of the fuel out of it. There's a little bit left down the bottom. So let me suck the rest of it out. I've seen another guy pull one of these fuel tanks, and I don't know if they done it correctly. I watched it on YouTube, and from what I saw, the dude literally had to take the rear tire off, the swing arm, and drop the tank down out of the bike from the bottom. The thing has got a big tank on it. It had to go out through the bottom. So I guess what you might say is basically I'm gonna clean it in place. I don't like this, but it's what I gotta do because I'm not really interested in stripping the bike all the way down to there. Let me get you in here and take some pictures and show you what I'm up against, and then I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. Not bad. Okay, so how are we gonna get that varnish and stuff out of that gas tank? Well, let's just say this, it ain't gonna be easy. But I've got an idea. And here it is. I wanted to use MEK, which is methyl ethyl ketone. Well, I can't find any MEK. I don't understand. I guess it's been outlawed by California. I don't know. Fucking assholes. So basically what we're up against is we've got varnish from old gasoline, a little bit of rust, maybe a little water. I drained the fuel tank. So what we need is something that will absolutely cut varnish. MEK is a paint thinner varnish remover. Okay, it's used by painters, everything else. It's a specific coating including polyester and epoxy resins, ink adhesives, and contact cement. It's recommended for use when a rate of evaporation slower than acetone is desired. Okay, acetone, man, this stuff just dries so fast. And this stuff is very volatile, very volatile. So anything that's left over in the gas tank will not harm the integrity of the fuel, okay? I mean, it took me 2 hours to strip this pipe, 30 minutes to get the carburetors off. It's gonna take me a day to clean the carburetors. Then I gotta put all of it back on, and it's got to work right. Without, I mean, you think about it, that's 12, 14 hours worth of work. I don't want to waste my time. So I want to use what I absolutely know will get this stuff out of there. This is MEK substitute. I don't know if it'll work. Since it's a substitute, I'm praying that it works because, first of all, I went to a hardware store asking for MEK, and they pointed this stuff out to me. I said, no, I don't want that. I want MEK, not MEK substitute. I don't want no substitute. I want the real thing. If I go out of town looking for a hooker, I'm not looking for a substitute. I want the real thing. If I'm going out of town looking for a stripper, I want the real thing. I don't want your sister dressed up in a costume. I want the real thing. So I'm worried that this MEK substitute ain't gonna be what I want it to be. But we're gonna try it anyway because I called the local hardware store and asked them to get me some MBK and deliver it to my house because I would be at work whenever they were open. I got home and this is what I got. So I don't have no choices now. $54 a gallon. No smoking. It's very volatile. Don't be doing this while you're stoned either. Wear safety glasses. Luckily I didn't get it in my eye. Alright. Like I said, don't do this while you're stoned because you'll be stoned afterwards. So, like I said, just do what I said. And one toilet bowl brush.
Two hours later. Four hours later.
$100 gas tank fill? Ain't even close to being full. I didn't figure it would.
$16 hours later.
We are getting ready to have a storm, so I want real quickly, I'm going to take and cover the intake right here with these plastic bags, tie them off. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this right here, just as the intake boot clamp, right over the top of that, just like so. We don't have a lot of time. I'm sitting in there chilling out, watching some videos. And being lazy, it's Sunday. It's really they should be off. Now I need to cover these hoses that are sticking up because I do not want them to get water in them for no reason. Because basically what I'm fixing to do is I'm going to, let me finish here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all of the MEK out of the gas tank. Then I'm going to flush it, or I'm going to get as much of the metal out of there as I can with a magnet. And then I will, from there, I will take and put a water hose in there and flush anything else that's out. I'm just going to overload it with water. Then I'm going to get all the water out of it. And then I'll take a stick of air hose in it and let the air hose blow in it until it is completely dried out. Then I will take and spray it down with the WD-40 to get any rust back from happening. And then I'm going to I'll install the fuel pump in it. And then I'm going to fill it with gas. That's the plan. So let's get started before the rainstorm comes. I left this in here overnight because at first I thought that 30 minutes would do. Then that was an unrealization. Then an hour. I realized that wasn't going to be good enough. Then after the second hour, that wasn't good enough. I said to heck with it. I let it sit overnight. I'm going to find my flashlight. I swear, for me, a flashlight is the hardest thing to keep up with. Hey, Henley. Henley's my chicken. Boy, this irritates the fool out of it. Man, that's a good flashlight too. I really want to see what's not in there. In there. Damn big flashlight. Oh Lord. There in the paper. No, honestly, I think we've done an above average job of getting this man, this doesn't mess you up. We've done an above average job of getting this rust out of here. I think. Coffee likes about 2 or 3 minutes being ready. It's my day's coffee. It'll last me all day. Today's gonna be a coffee fueled day. Let's get all this MEK out of here. MEK substitute. And like I said, I'm gonna take and hook up a water hose, stick it straight in there and turn it on just as wide open as I can, just let it flush everything. Before that, I'm gonna take and spray this entire motorcycle down with some tire foam stuff here, Armor All tire foam, and it should help clean up all this plastics, rubbers, and everything that's in here that will you want to see it shine. Okay, I've got this draining. I know it's not going to overflow, so I'm going to go cut my coffee off. Oh, and I forgot to mention that I'm probably going to stick the vacuum cleaner hose down in there and suck that out too. Okay, so what's in there is not magnetic. There's very little bit of magnetic particles in there. So with a good flushing, that should take care of it. So I got to get it off the center stand. And so if you don't know the procedure to getting a gull wing off the center stand, you'll know that there's supposed to be a handle here. There's no handle here, so I'm gonna have to improvise. And basically, we're just gonna hang on to the handlebars, put the kickstand down, and ease it forward until it falls off the center stand, and we'll set it on the kickstand. With any luck, that'll all go really well. Put that up. Okay. Hopefully it'll roll better than what it did whenever I got it home. Oh yeah. And I missed something. Forgot about the air pipe. I'm not really sure where it's routed to. I got one that's a little bit better. With hose on it. Cover it up. There we go. Now we can just let it flow. Get all that stuff percolated in there. Flush it out. All those little mini particles and stuff. Now there's no set time on this, so I'm just going to recollect for somewhere about 30 minutes to an hour, and then I'm going to drain and get all the water out of it. Let me rinse this styrofoam over here. And the styrofoam is nothing nothing other than helping me when it comes down time to put the bike back together. There won't be as much detail work to do. So I will do that again and wipe it and completely clean it. I'll probably, knowing me, I'll probably take a few tips to it and get everything just spotless clean and then put it back together. Back. Before this bike, this dirt gets soft, this bike takes a tumble into it. And we put something under a kickstand. Now, am I going to be able to get every bit of corrosion out of here? I've done seen that that's not going to be possible. So basically what we're going to have to do, we're just going to have to keep a stash of fuel filters on the bike. And possibly even put a second fuel filter on it to prevent any problems. But this shouldn't, I mean, after we get done, anything that's going to come loose, it's going to come loose in this cleaning process. So I am paranoid of everything. So I'm not a paranoid schizophrenic, but I am paranoid about stuff happening. And the last place in the world you won't think anything can happen is out on the road while you're traveling. So in my toolkit, in my saddlebag, I will have a couple extra fuel filters. Shazam. So guys, that's it for right this minute. That's all I can do. I'm going to shut you guys off and I'll bring you back whenever I get ready to start the rest of the process. clutch freed up in it. So let's get, okay, I done got siphoned all the water out of it that I could. I'm gonna get this and suck the rest of it out. This come a storm. This little buddy here choked up in here. Let me go light a fire in the air compressor. To get it about as clean as what I'm going to get it, it'll starve it. So what I'm going to have to do now is there's a big pile of dried, it's not dry yet, but it will be dried, remnants that is broke loose from the tank that the flushing didn't get out, but it is all collected in the corner right there. So what I'm thinking I can do is I have a vacuum cleaner that's got a small hose on it, and I can stick that hose down there and I get as much of that out of there as I can. Continue to let it dry like I'm doing now. And then I'll fill it full of gas. Expensive. It's gonna be expensive. Fill it full of gas, suck it dry, fill it full of gas, and suck it dry until I can get it clean. That's all I can do. So that just pushes clean the carburetor back a few more weeks. But I can clean the carburetor, but I don't want to clean it and let it sit. So I will clean it and install it usually the same day. Alright guys, well, that's about all I can do for right now. Hey, that's gonna work even better. Wider, much wider. What we have here is a Honda, genuine Honda fuel pump, number 16700-MAF-00. Good luck on finding one. We got the used gasket, because we gotta have a gasket. The little tits through the holes. Just like so. I got it turned around backwards. Okay, it'll only go one way. It has the tits on it. I was thinking I had too many tits, but I had it wrong. I had it oriented the wrong direction. Okay. There we go. Now that's more kosher. Okay. Now this little baby goes in here just like so. Slide it in, tilt it down. You got this hose right here that needs to go into this pipe. It did not have a clamp on it. Put that puppy on there real good. All right. There we go. Now, we got 6 10-millimeter nuts. They go on there just like this. Okay, we're going to start here. Okay. Tighten it down till it stops and then give it just a little bit. Okay, all right. one step closer. Let's go on and slide our fuel hose on here. Install our clamp. Now let's see if we can find the wiring harness plugs that go here. Where did I put them? Got two white ones and one black one. Okay. This is labeled white, black, gray. This is a small one. That's a small plug, so I would be willing to bet that it goes there. Route that around here, that pipe. Okay. Here's a white with a blue stripe. You cannot see what color that wire is. Okay, now I'm not going to test this because it don't have any fuel in it. I do not want to run it on a dry sump. Okay, so we're going to route our wires, all three wires going right around there. They're going to lay right in this little divot right here. All right. So let's put our gas cap on. And Shazam, it's done. Nothing to it. Today has been a good day. Sometimes you got projects, you just gotta go and go and go and go and go and go, and then all of a sudden you're done. And we're not done yet. We're getting very close. We got a set of carburetors to clean and install, a fuel filter to install. Well, I think we're getting there. But then the big test is putting all this plastic back on. I remember now why I used to frown so big whenever they would holler, "Oh, we got a gold wing for you to work on." Oh, okay. I want to share with you guys a story. All right, so I'm just running from memory here. In 2005, I went to work for Ross Motorsports over in Lufkin in their service department. And unbeknownst to me, I thought they were hiring me in at $14 an hour, $14.50 an hour. Was it 16? I think it was 16.50 an hour. And boy, I was happy about that. I was. I was fixing to really make some good money. I did not ask if they were talking about $16.50 an hour, hourly wages, or $16.50 flag hours per flag hour. Let me tell you something. To flag 40 hours worth of work in a motorcycle mechanic shop, it's hard. I went to work the first day. I found this out, and I'm like, oh shoot, I have done got myself in a bind here because of that. Okay, I'm gonna have to bust my ass. So, bam, I went to work, busted my butt. They was feeding me a lot of work. I was doing a lot of tires. Tires pay about a half hour to do, so you can imagine how many tires that I was having to do a day, plus oil changes and this little stuff that was not paying much time. And I'm like, man, I can't survive like this. I gotta have money. I mean, I have real bills. I'm a grown man. I got real bills. So, you know, they kept on, and whenever at the end of the first week, I had flagged 38 hours. Not too bad. The next week, I had flagged 42 hours. Not too bad. So the service manager comes up with this big idea that he's gonna do a contest. I didn't know this, but at the time, whenever they hired me, they knew that if they hired a man working on commission and commission only, that he would come in and he'd bust his butt to work to make his paycheck. And the rest of their mechanics, which was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they had 5 other mechanics that were on salary or hourly wages. And however much, I don't know. But they were trying to get more work out of those guys. So they figured if they seen me making bigger checks, that they'd be more apt to go over to flag time and working commission. I didn't know I was being used. So anyway, the third week I was there, the service manager come up with this big idea to have a contest to see who could flag the most hours in the shop. I'm like, oh geez. And whoever got the most hours would get $150 cash bonus, non-reported cash bonus. So it'd be like they just walked out and gave you $150, put it in your pocket. You know, this is your thank you for your hard work. So I'm like, man, I need that money. I really do need that money. So Monday morning I come in, man, I had my stuff lined up. I had my waiters lined up. I had my jobs lined up, waiting for me at the door to where all I had to do was push them in, push them out, and roll them out. I mean, I was busted it. At the end of the first day, I had like 14 hours. Second day, I was busted. I was coming out of there with work. You know, at the end of that week, I flagged 52 hours. And I remember at like Saturday morning, I walked in there and I had 52 hours. And it's like, man, I got plenty of time. I'm going to kind of coast through the day. These other guys ain't even close. They ain't even close. So I'm just going to kind of coast through the day. And I looked at my friend Tom. He was at
40. He was at 40 something hours or 38 hours or something like that. Anyway, at lunch, I was still ahead. I was like, man, I'm just gonna kind of take it easy. I'm gonna clean up my tools and call it a week. Call it a week. About 12:30, I looked up and I seen them roll a gold wing in. They hadn't said anything to me, so it was. I realized that it wasn't my job. And they rolled it and put it on Tom's lift. I didn't think nothing about it. And I knew it was going to kick his ass. It was a big job. I mean, anything on a gold wing takes a lot of time. It don't matter what it is, because you got so much stuff you got to take off to get to everything. But I didn't think about that. I was 6 hours ahead of Tom. And at the end of the day, I looked over there and I was like, well, I got this. I mean, you know, he's still over there working. And, you know, and it's only going to pay him so much time anyway, it don't matter. What I didn't realize was he was not only staying late, but he was doing front and rear tires on the gold wing, which paid like 5.5 or 6 hours. Plus he was doing a full service on it. He did it all that afternoon. And he beat me by an hour and 15 minutes. He got the $150, I didn't. I was very disappointed, but I shook his hand and told him good job. But I still had a healthy paycheck at the end of the week. So just remember this. Just because you're way ahead don't mean you need to back off and slack up and slow down. Because that slow roller might just accidentally go on and take your money. Let me see if I can get my old crippled ass out. Okay. I'm done for this week. Guys, I am done for this week. I appreciate y'all watching. I really, really do. Please reach up and subscribe. This channel, it seems like it is taking forever for it to grow, but it is growing. I've got almost 350 guys and girls that watch, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I really do. Share these videos if you got any friends, because I do not cover anything up. If I'm struggling with something, I want you to see it, because I want you to see that it's not as easy as what they say it is. You don't see a lot of things on videos because they don't show you themselves struggling. They don't want you to see a struggle. It don't matter to me. I'm just a man, just like anyone else. And sometimes there's struggles, and even in life there's struggles that you just can't put a finger on. You can't get it done. But eventually, if you keep plugging at it, it will happen. Have a great week.